Hello YouTube, my name is Cityside75 and today I want to give you a tour of my man cave. First of all, I'm just going to give you a quick pan around here. So my man cave, as I call it, is in my garage. And we basically have a 2.5 car garage. And my goal was to use the other half as efficiently as possible, because I do have 2 cars in here as well that I'm standing next to right now. So let's go ahead and just take a quick walk around here and let me just show you what we've done. Alright, so this is a 3-in-1 game table. We picked this up at a garage sale actually and lugged it home. It was quite an ordeal to get this thing into my wife's truck, but we were able to do it miraculously, and it weighs a ton. So it swivels and switches between a air hockey table, which it's set to now, a pool table, and then you can kind of see back there, those are for ping pong. So it's a lot of fun. Hanging above that, amidst the junk in the background there of all our boxes, is a Tiffany lamp that I actually got from my grandmother. It sat unused for years, but then when we put this together, I was able to put that to use, so I was happy about that. Alright, and this is my firepower pinball machine. And I'll be doing a separate video about this at some point. I like to say that I rescued this pinball machine after it had been sitting in a shed for probably about 15 to 20 years is what we came up to, the guy and I that sold it to me. And when I got it, it was in pretty sad shape. As you can probably imagine, this shed was definitely not animal proof. There were signs of rodents that had lived on the table itself, and the electronics were really kind of out of whack. I had spent a lot of time troubleshooting it, replaced a bunch of parts, but after a few months on the repair table, I got it running. And I don't call it restored because there's still a lot of work to do in terms of painting. As you can see, the paint near the flippers is in pretty bad shape right now. The rest of the paint isn't quite as damaged as that. And the back glass has some flaking on it too, which I'd like to try to work on at some point as well. But most importantly to me is it plays great. It's a blast. Pinball was a game that I didn't really play as a kid. I like to watch other people play it at the arcade, but I think I was probably too intimidated by the size of it when I was little, and then by the time I got older I felt like I didn't have any idea what I was doing, and it just kind of flailing about. But now that I understand the game a little bit more, it's great fun. And I mean, I love this old Williams is my probably my favorite manufacturer of arcade and pinball games, and this has all those classic Defender sounds in it. Defender, Robotron, Joust, and so on. I just love it. Up there is a light box that I actually picked up from someone that used to own a bar. They were selling it at a yard sale. Took out the Budweiser sign that was in there, and I own my own business that I run out of my house here, and one of the tools that I have in my business is a large format printer. So I was able to print a new insert for the sign, which I love. I like the effect there. Takes me back Over here is just a cool dartboard that I picked up. Just thought it was really cool, and I love this little, there's a bunch of different little patterns you can get it to do if you put in the right combination of settings. It's not really supposed to have an attract mode, but I kind of make my own attract mode with it. The arcade game you see here, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, with it's in a Dynamo multi-cab cabinet, so it's not an original, but it's in good shape. The control panel could use a little touch-up. That's one of my plans, but overall it's pretty decent. But after I got it at an auction, and I pulled out the original board. Still have the original board sitting on a shelf over there. Pulled out the original board, and I picked up this, I believe they called it a 1066-in-1 MAME conversion, basically. And installed that. Oops, take you out of here. But when I got it, it's basically a modified PC, and the processor that they were using was not powerful enough to run some of the games that I wanted to run. So in kind of an interesting little journey, a few of us on a message board started experimenting with different ways to improve this thing and which processors might happen to work in it. And long story short, I ended up converting it into a processor, I believe about 3 times faster than what was originally in it. And it went from a Celeron something to a Pentium 4 something. And then I was able to add not just the classic games that they had, but things like Ultimate MK3, Killer Instinct, some 3D games. It runs a lot of stuff really well, actually, because again, it's a modified PC that's hooked up to a JAMA connection. So it connects via JAMA into all my controls, and then it hooks via JAMA obviously into the monitor as well. I believe, I think that's the right way to express that, but anyway, so I get that crystal clear picture coming through, you know, in a genuine arcade monitor, not a PC monitor or anything like that, and the JAMA connection, so it's easy if I want to switch it out and bring it back to being a pure Ultimate MK3 again. I can do that. But it plays Ultimate MK3, you know, just about flawlessly. I've been able to play the two side by side, the real board and this emulator, and I can't tell the difference. So yeah, so I love this. And like I said, my friends that come over to play with me also love it. It's just a lot of fun. So that's it. I want to thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoyed this video, definitely feel free to comment. I'm definitely looking forward to reading your comments and, you know, kind of connecting with the rest of the gamers on YouTube. I have to say that I never thought that I would start making YouTube videos, but I've enjoyed watching the videos that everyone else has put up so much, and I feel like I know so many interesting and cool people just from watching those videos that it's motivated me to want to contribute something myself, just to kind of enter the conversation. So again, I'm really looking forward to hearing your comments and you know, discussing things further with you, and I plan to make more videos aside from my man cave here. I do have a pretty extensive console collection in the house, in my game room, and at some point I will be walking you through some of those things as well as probably doing reviews and anything else that you know, suits my fancy at that time. So again, I thank you for watching, and talk to you soon.